What's up, America? This is Kim and Neil with Geauga Firearms Academy. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about a few basics of ground defense.
And so, as you guys may know, I'm a big practitioner in jiu-jitsu, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and Gracie Combatives. And people talk to me a lot about ground training and things of that nature. And one of the things I think that surprises people is the reason that I spend so much time training on the ground is so that I can get off of the ground. Because nobody, unless you're, I always make the joke, but I mean, unless you're in an elevator, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just two people in an elevator and there's nobody else around, which is extremely rare. I don't want to be on the ground that long. I want to be comfortable enough on there to get control of the situation. Even though I may be on my back doesn't mean I'm at a disadvantage, and knowing that and practicing that is big confidence builder, and so that I can employ some techniques to get off the ground. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
All right, so obviously we're going to be on the ground. How we get there, myriad different ways. You're push shove, you're in some type of grappling scenario, you're on the ground. All right, so begin my assailant here.
Oh no.
All right, let the jokes begin. Of course, if Kim is trying to attack me and hold me on the ground, I'm obviously not going to fight. But we're going to assume that it's just some burly, ugly guy, okay? First of all, as you can see here where Kim got on, she got right on my hips, which would be a huge advantage to me, okay? What we want to do right off the rip, we're going to talk about being struck and punched and things of that nature, but right off the beginning, I want to try to keep her legs down here. The higher up, keep going. I'm just kidding. All right, the higher up she gets, go up a little bit further up. The higher up she gets, that now takes my hips out of the game. And what I mean by that is, if Kim is here and I go and thrust my hips up, right? I know this is more of a comedy video, I think it's going to be. But I really am trying to teach you guys something, I promise. If I throw my hips up, you can see it's barely disrupting her at all, right? I mean, I can try pretty hard. Just put your weight on me. But not a whole lot going on. Now scoot back to where you were. So she's here. This is perfect. You're going to move a lot now.
Okay.
So I'll go slow. But from here now, since she's sitting on my hips where all my power is, and keep in mind too, we can switch this in a minute, where Kim is obviously not going to be as strong as I am. We're using the strongest muscles in our body, our big leg muscles, right? So as I drive, if I go super slow, I can move her all over. So now we start doing faster movements, right? She's going to be all over the place. So that's why I'm telling you from the beginning why I want to keep her down here. Now, obviously, realistically, Kim's not going to sit there and just try to push on me or whatever. She's going to try to strike me. So I'm going to try to keep my hands up. What a lot of people are going to do instinctively, right, as Kim goes to try to throw punches, right? I'm going to try to push up on her. I'm trying to do this PG as possible. So I'm pushing up here.
That makes it easier.
Right? So then, go ahead, Lee. So I'm using my strength now to hold her body weight up, right? And she's just laying into me, right? And again, this is not Kim, it's some burly dude. So pushing away and doing this is what your natural instinct is. Oh, I want to get away from danger. But that is be devastating, okay? If anything, I want to change that. I want to create a different, I want to take that space away. So if Kim was here and she was going to try to strike me, I want to come up and bring her down. Okay? So now if I keep her tight, go ahead and hit me now. So if I did nothing else but held on, right? I'm taking away that space. So the more space I create here, the better it is for her. Plus, even though I'm 6'1", and how tall are you?
It's 5'7".
5'7", I'm taller than Kim. If Kim makes a fist and hits me in the face right here, I still can't reach her. Okay? So major advantage of the person on top in that case. So again, I want to take that space away. Let's not forget we also have these hips. So there's a couple things we can do. One, we can try to bridge and roll this person off. So it's real simple. Kim, think of it as a table, right? If she's got all four posts down, right? She's going to be real stable. Knees and arms. Whether her arms are there or arms are on me or whatever the case is, I want to break this table down. Okay? So one of the things I want to do, you'll be able to see here, is I want to take my foot. Oh, I'm wearing Crocs. There's going to be a big thing again. I forgot.
You're in sport mode.
So anyway, I have Crocs on. I don't know why that's a big deal. I'm in my home studio, so there it is. I'm going to try to lock this foot into place. So all I'm simply going to do from here is I'm going to bring this foot back in here, and you're going to see I'm going to lock that, okay? All I'm trying to prevent is to prevent from Kim from pushing her legs out. So that if I start to go this way, can your leg out there? Yeah, see, she's gonna have to kick her leg out to stop me from rolling her over, okay? So by capturing this foot, I'm gonna prevent her from posting out. Remember, 4 legs of a table, 2 and 2. So now I got 1. So now we only have 3 to worry about. Well, I'm gonna go one way. So if I capture this leg back here, I also wanna do what I can to capture this arm. So now I have this arm and this leg, right? So that's half of the table. I don't care about this way because I'm not going to try to go that direction. I want to chop these legs of the table off and then roll that way. I'm also going to take my advantage of using my hips to move forward. So just take your hands up here. Now, just catch yourself. So put your hands natural. So if I go and use my hips now, she's automatically going to post, right? That's how we keep our balance. So what I want to do is I want to try to capture this arm. There's a myriad of different things on how this is going to happen. We can come underneath where the tricep is. All right, I can bring this across, bring it down. I can grab from the outsides. It could be in a struggle where she's grabbing me and I pull her down. But essentially, I want to get 2 hands. All right, if she wanted to choke me, that's fine. I want to get 2 hands on this arm. I lock that leg, and now I'm just going to press my hips up in slightly that direction. Okay, go real slow. And she's going to roll right over. Now, we're going to end up rolling off camera. So come back. So again, I'm trapping this arm and this leg. I'm driving up, and she has no way, there's no way to stop it because she can't post her arm out, right? Because I have this. She can't post her leg out, and I'm just letting this roll. Okay? We're going to finish this off on our OnlyFans page, by the way. So again, when we switch this to a larger person, if I get my hips up, if I get up high on her body, if she drives her hip, bend your knees, put them flat, your feet, okay. Throw your hips up. Go ahead. So it doesn't matter. Go back down, try them again. Yeah, keep doing that. So I'm just kidding. So obviously, there's not much she's going to be able to do there. She wants to keep her elbows in, so she can still keep her hands up to defend herself. Okay, but she's going to try to keep her elbows in. She can also, she's not stationary, we're not glued to the ground here. So she can also use her hips to wiggle back and forth. Yep, and create space that way. Keeping those pointy elbows into my arms if she can. Okay? Now, just keep your knees bent. So she's going to grab my crock. Okay? I know we're going to hear about that. And then also she's going to capture an arm. Okay? She's going to hip, so take your hips up forward and roll. In a lot of situations like this is also could be more of a dominance thing where someone's trying to hold her down, pin her down, choke her, things like that, which would actually work out really well, believe it or not, in this situation. It's going to be harder to defend against strikes, right? We can certainly do that. If I was going to strike her, as I come back and come forward, she's going to grab my body and pull herself into me. I mean, we're going to take my space away. So as I come forward, yep, she sucks in this way tight. Hold on tight. So this way, even if I lift up, right, I don't have a whole lot of strength this way. Okay? So, so that can be the defense from the strike, and then we can still continue the roll. But again, this is a lot of times this is going to be more of a dominance or defensive scenario, which is going to be good for her because she can trap this arm, trap my leg as well, and roll. Yep. So now that you tried that a couple of times on film here,
we didn't practice. Like literally, I've never.
I want to do that on purpose because the idea here, I want to show you something that you can try this at home with your safe partner and
Have your safety word.
Yeah. Pineapple. But this could be something that's, I mean, obviously it's a funny video, but the concepts here are life or death. They're serious, especially potential sexual assault or something like that. So hopefully this can help somebody out there. I always encourage you guys to get actual, professional training. That's super, super important. I'm a big supporter of the Gracies, but I mean, there's a lot of great practitioners out there. For most of you that are watching this, I would steer away from a straight MMA style place. I mean, that doesn't mean that they don't have, classes for that, but women's safety and some more defensive setups rather than sport setup, I think is really important. But again, knowledge is power. So what did you think when like the choke scenario and stuff like that?
I was surprised I was able to throw you.
Yeah. And that's the thing with jiu-jitsu and a lot of these techniques is that it's not necessarily, Kim's never going to beat me by strength. But that's the whole point. I mean, if it was just a bigger person, then we wouldn't need martial arts. He'd just be this biggest person. So we use a lot of leverage, and we're using a lot of situations where we're using larger muscle groups against smaller muscle groups. And also we're impeding the person's ability to balance or defend themselves. So I thought that was pretty good. So you think if you did that, you know, regularly, once a month or something, or twice a month?
You're going to start practicing that more.
OnlyFans, I'm telling you.
Just like shooting, like I was new to it, and it just takes practice and time and all that stuff, but I definitely am interested. I hope you guys are interested too. If you want to know more about this stuff, let us know. We're always trying to expand our content and give you guys different things.
Yep. Pants off version's coming. So. All right, guys. So I hope, I seriously hope that's fun. If you guys like these types of videos, I'd love to put some more stuff out there. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many different things that we can learn. And again, the whole purpose of this, by the way, is so that we can get off of the ground. It's not so that I can necessarily finish it here. Again, if this was an MMA sport thing or we were in an elevator, that's fine. But in real life in the streets, I want to get off that ground as quickly as possible. All right? You want to close it out?
Yeah, we hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, give us a like, a share, a comment. We always love to hear from you guys. You can find us, of course, here on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe and click that bell so you get notified every time we put a video out.
And the all bell.
And the all, yeah. So you get all of them. We are also on Facebook, on Instagram, where we put our videos out on Rumble. And, of course, we have all of our premium content on Patreon. Until next time, remember, it's always better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.